What is up, beautiful people of the internet? I'm Wesley.
I'm Stephanie.
This is Wesley.
Steph.
And today, guys, we are reacting to how well does BTS know each other.
Very well. Very well. I can answer that for you immediately.
I feel like they probably know what each other's farts smell like. They probably know everything about each other. They're on the road together. They live together. All kinds of stuff. But it's just to be a ton of fun for us to figure out how well do we know BTS.
Yeah,
right?
there we go.
So that being said, shall we jump in?
Let's go. Let's play along.
I like Suga's pants off the jump. I'm noticing them. They look like the Ring of Power in the Lord of the Rings, the inscription on there. So I'm wondering what kind of powers he's gotten from those pants.
my
That being
goodness.
said, let's go.
Here we are, BTS. And today we're with Vanity Fair to see how well we know each other.
Very well.
The member who gets most answers right wins.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm the first one.
But what do you win?
Yeah.
Glory.
Well,
Eternally.
just to feel good about yourself.
You're like, actually, you win that you're a good person and you care about your friends.
Aw.
Yeah. There we
Who
go.
is my single biggest artistic influence? 이걸 내가 쓰면 맞추면 돼요. 정국.
Nas like.
Oh, Nas?
Been my
Really?
idol for like a decade. He's got the best voice, the best lyrics. Rep design 하는.
Stephanie doesn't know who that
I
is.
don't
I
know
guarantee
who
you.
that
I would
is.
say, I'll bet my life. This is how well
I
do I know
don't.
my wife? I bet my life Stephanie has no idea who Nas
I
is.
don't. But one of them likes Ed Sheeran.
That's true. You know who Lil Nas X is, but you don't know who Nas is, right?
Yeah.
New York hip hop stand somewhere is very angry, and there's a lot of comments like, "Oh, okay, it's okay." But one New York hip hop stand is really angry right now.
근데 좀 많이 영감.
나스 성대모사 한번 해주세요.
Rappers a monkey flipping with the funky rhythm, I be kicking. Musician, inflicting composition. With a pain, I'm like Scarface.
나스 성대모사 하는.
That was
Jimin?
so
Bro,
good.
Jimin, I'm not convinced that they didn't replace him with a very Jimin-looking mannequin.
He does. He's just so zoned
He's
out.
so used to RM's rap. He's, I heard it. I heard him spit these
That was
verses
so
daily.
good.
Yeah, Jimin was.
Nope, not impressed.
Jimin's my parents when I did anything as a kid.
Oh,
Oh!
so sad.
What is my best feature?
너무 많아서.
Hey!
It's what RM thinks his best
Oh,
feature
that's
is.
so different because people usually will be like self-conscious about something. I've noticed that I think is their best feature, but often people will be self-conscious about that
Yeah,
thing.
so they wouldn't say it's their best.
Yeah.
이제 본인이 생각하는 hot body.
비슷했어요.
슈가. 비율.
아, 비슷했어요.
제요. tall. 큰 키.
정답!
Hey.
It means height
Oh.
in Korean. 그나마 6 feet, 이제 그나마 180이기 때문에
Yes.
그래도 이제 그게 이제 멤버들 중에서는 그래도 제가
Yes.
갖고 있는 그나마 가장 큰 장점 아닌가?
That's fair. 6 feet, so I'm gonna be happy now. What? You're
I'm
close.
5'11".
But you have lots of nice features.
I want to be 6 foot.
밖에 나가면 다 조금이잖아.
인정합니다.
Like,
Who's next?
So question is, if I could re-record one song, which would I choose to record? 야,
that's
이거 어려운데?
아니 윤기 기준이잖아.
그러면 뭐 이거 무조건 윤기가 개인곡하지.
정답. 없다.
정답.
Oh, hey.
왜냐하면 저는 이제 그
Good
모든
job.
아쉬움마저도 그러니까 하나의 그 과정이라고.
I feel like that does fit my perception of Suga, that he'd be like, well, you can't recapture the artistic energy we had putting into this project. Even if I would do it differently now, in that time, that was our most sincere expression of our soul. How could you re-record that?
RM knew.
Like, that's interesting.
I liked it.
Suga, I wish I could hear his thoughts about that. I feel like he's very deep, you know?
Yeah.
생각이. 그러니까 저는 이제 개인적으로 이제 막 그 리마스터를 한다든지
맞아, 저는 별로 안 좋아해요.
이런 것들이 좀 있어요. 이 해외 곡들 보면 막 사운드 클라우드 같은데 올렸다가 이게 대박이 나가지고 나중에 막 진짜 믹스랑
정식 믹스.
녹음도 다시 하고 하는데 그
그건 보통
느낌이
별로예요.
그
보통
느낌이 안 나.
Yeah.
난 그래서 막 그런 거 없이 그냥 원래대로 있는 게 좀
That's
낫다고
it's
생각해요.
interesting.
Next
Yeah.
question.
I wonder how much it is like you can somehow feel the energy that the artist had when they recorded the track.
Yeah.
And that's why when they re-record it, sometimes it doesn't feel the same because they didn't have the same, like, maybe they were just with their friends and having a great time and recording it. I wonder how much, like, obviously, how do you study that scientifically? But I wonder if there's
so
something.
here's an example that I can think of. So, like, the Little Mermaid sound, they had the singer sing it way later. And, like, there's just, like, little differences. And it's, like, even if her voice is better technically,
Oh.
I don't like it because I don't have that same nostalgia.
Yeah. It's weird. I find myself, I don't like the technically best things as much as I like something that someone poured their, like,
Soul into.
soul into. Yeah.
What is something that makes Yoongi cry?
onion.
이거 쉬울 것 같은데.
나 정답.
really?
하품.
땡.
찐.
비슷했어.
하품?
비슷했다고? 다시 콘서트 시작하면 아니었어?
양치하다가 혀 닦을 때.
그런 느낌이긴 해.
What?
정답
He's saying, oh, it's like that for everything, and these are all very different
Did you
answers.
see what the answer is? Eating wasabi? How is eating wasabi like yawning?
I mean, that would make me cry too.
But it's like I don't like. Oh yeah, well I yawned. I might as well have eaten
He's
some
thinking like with the
wasabi.
mouth.
Oh yeah, that's true.
비빈다.
I was closer with food, onions.
와사비.
와사비입니다.
와사비에 약하구나.
Me too.
와사비를 잘 먹는데 그 센 와사비는 내가 못
Me
참겠다.
neither.
코 숨 쉬면 안 되나. 입으로 먹어야 돼.
내년 수강 생일에는 와사비로 케이크를 만들어.
Next.
Run BTS producers like. Keep talking, Jimin. Keep talking. I love these ideas. We need to get some content for the boys. It's funny because did you know? Fun fact with Wesley. Apparently, I read this in America. Usually, what we eat and think is wasabi isn't actually wasabi because it's so expensive. Like the actual to produce wasabi, it's like something else that just is spicy. Isn't that weird? I don't know if that's true. I read it somewhere. I read it on Reddit, so blame them. Don't blame me if that's misinformation.
So I'm eating
Something
stuff that's
else.
fake,
Yeah,
and I
it's
still
something
don't like the
else.
fake stuff. Maybe I'll like the real stuff.
J-Hope!
자홉.
I do too.
What is my biggest fear? Okay. 오케이, 이거는 오케이. 자,
뭔가 디테일한 것 같은데?
자, 찐. 높은 곳.
그렇지.
오,
지민.
no.
지민. 벌레.
Bullet, no.
슈가 놀이기구.
No.
JK.
No.
옷에 뭐 묻는 거.
No.
찐.
근데 다 맞긴 한데 저는 좀
That's funny.
심오하게 썼어요.
찐.
귀신. Found.
No.
오케이. 다시는 공연을 못하게 되는 것.
이쪽이다. 춤 못 추는 거.
저는 공개하겠습니다.
아미 못 만나게 되는 거.
그런 뭐 비슷한 느낌이죠. My future.
That's deep.
미래가 두렵다.
너무 높게 올라.
Why?
Oh.
I guess if you
Well,
think like you've peaked or something, or
Maybe
you're
not
like,
that they've peaked, but it's like, well, what am I going to, what does the rest of my life look like? I have such an unusual experience in my life
Yeah.
thus far. There's not someone I can look at and say like, oh, like for me and you, we can look at our parents or your parents.
like this is
and we'd be
probably
like,
how
okay.
my life is gonna go.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot more uncertainty when you're a big megastar like this. Who do you even compare your trajectory to?
Yeah. And then
That's
there's a lot of
interesting.
people you can compare your trajectory to that didn't turn out so well.
That's a very good point as well. Like when
Yeah.
the more successful you are, sometimes the more like risky it could be because you have more resources, you have more opportunities afforded to you and more power that you could go wrong. I've never thought about that. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that makes my heart hurt.
It makes
a
me kind
little.
of sad too. I get it though. It's like who like for me, I'm like, oh, I want us to have a life like our parents, and then it's like, okay, well, we're living relatively similarly, but
Maybe
imagine
he wants that too, but it's like, is that attainable?
he's in such a different spot in his life, right?
Yeah.
더 높게 올라간다면
아, 근데
좀
이제
어디까지 갈지 모르겠어.
이 미래에 대한 두려움은 항상 누구나 다 있죠.
그건 맞아요.
네, 그래서 뭐 한 번쯤은
심오하네,
좀 심오하게 생각해본.
저기까지 갈 줄 몰랐지.
많이 멀리 갔네.
Okay, what one word would I choose to describe myself?
Hope.
나 알지. 이거 정답. 찐.
Did you see how like not only did he read it in another language, but he also corrected it to be like for him?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
he did that good. Yeah.
That's interesting,
He
yeah.
did a really good job.
호흡.
Oh, he said hope.
나 싫어.
아니면 말이 안 돼.
호병은 호흡 그 자체지. 아니 근데 이름이 제이홉되고 진짜 호비 돼버렸어.
그러니까.
To be
He's
fair,
scared
he-
of the future, but he has hope.
But it's funny. Oh, that's a good point too.
Yeah.
It makes sense though because he chose that as his stage name.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Like, oh, he would use that to describe himself because he did because that's his stage name, right?
Okay, first question. What is my life motto?
찐. 한두 번밖에.
아직 안 적었는데?
아직 알아.
My father is my life. 제요, 행복하게 살자.
약간 비슷했어. 또 하나 또 들어가요.
행복하게 즐기면서 살자.
아, 재밌고 행복하게.
I thought it was gonna be collect as many Mr. Rogers inspired outfits as possible. Because I feel like
likes his
V
sweaters.
could run a kids show that would be fire with like a whole town, and some like fire trucks and stuff.
뭔가 이제 제 인생에서 재미없고 행복하지 못하면은 그건 인생이 아니라고 생각합니다.
Fair. That's a good point.
저는 제 인생 한 번 사는 거 뭐 목숨 하나잖아요. 이제 재밌게 그리고 행복하게 살다가 끝나야 되지 않겠습니까?
아 이거 코인 아니.
V's just like secretly bumping the motto from Drake and Lil Wayne. Like that's the motto, YOLO.
이렇게 집어넣어서 다시 할 수가 없어요.
그렇죠.
Wow, this is deep. I love it.
When did I first
Ooh, that's a good question.
realize that I was famous?
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
너무 짧은데?
음식점에서 서비스 받았을 때.
no,
수상연처 시작했을 때.
no.
와우.
그런 되게 멋있는.
아니야.
심플할 것 같아. 지금
처음으로 실감한 순간이야.
현재
No,
미래요.
no,
연습생에서 막 데뷔했을 때.
no,
두 글자야, 두 글자. 두 글자라고요?
두 글자 방탄.
데뷔.
no,
아미.
no,
1등.
no,
대상.
no,
버터.
no.
할인.
할인?
할인.
Discount.
할인이.
알아보시고 할인해주시는 분들이 계시지.
Jimin, it's great. We save on all kinds of things. I got a discount on my cell phone bill when I call in. Hi, this is Jimin. That Jimin? Yeah. I'll wipe your fees.
연예인 DC.
근데 저는 할인 받을 때 할인 필요 없다고 해요.
저도요.
Next person.
This is my turn. What do I talk about the most?
어허.
요 근래로 할게요. 요 근래.
그래죠, 당연히.
얘가 많이
Wait,
말한.
Jimin doesn't speak English, right? So maybe they're telling him how to say
I think
the
that they're
question,
like, oh,
and so then
that's
he
interesting.
copies it, which is just as
Oh, like
impressive.
phonetically?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's interesting.
That's also very impressive.
거 요즘 하나 있어. B.
예.
오늘 화이팅 하자.
아니야.
절대 아닌 것 같아.
찐.
운동.
그렇지, 운동이지.
Oh, really?
100%. 요즘 약간 그 운동의
Imagine we like jump to a BTS video in like 3 months and Jimin just comes out.
Yoked.
Yes!
신에 있어요, 지민이가.
맞아.
뭐야, 왜 맨날 뭐 약간 건강해진 거 같고.
얘
약간
맨날
막-
이러잖아.
맨날 막 이러고 막.
팔 굵어지고 있다.
맨날 볶음 만져요.
체력 좋아졌어.
He's like, hey guys, did you see that over there?
It's funny that like somebody who's as famous as him and like obviously girls everywhere like pine for them is still like self-conscious about something or
But that
like
doesn't-
or not maybe not self-conscious but like wants to even improve further, you know?
Was
When
it-
you're like you're already at the peak.
I don't know that's why he's doing it, because a lot of dudes I know, they just enjoy it like as a hobby. They
Yeah.
enjoy working
Well, they're saying
out.
that he's like strutting in front of the mirror and stuff.
Well, yeah, because
but you do that too.
you feel good about the work that you put in. I think that's what it is. For a lot of
Yeah.
people, working out, it's very much like, okay, there's a goal. I can hit that goal, and then I feel good about accomplishing that goal.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's fair. I would.
He's
know
like
that if
just
I worked out
binging
more.
Bradley Martin videos and stuff. He's got like Arnold Schwarzenegger on a poster. That'd be so cool.
한 달 전까지만 해도 나 진짜 운동이랑 난 진짜 안 맞아가지고 난 운동 안 했었는데. 근데 뭐 사실
한 달 더
운동 너무 좋은
됐고
거죠.
그냥 이제 좀 건강해지고 있다는 게 느껴져서
멋지다. 자세 펴야지. 펴야지.
나도 펴야지.
아니 근데
이거 흔들어줘야 된대요. 힘 풀어야 된대요.
아니 근데 우리가 그 최근에 무슨 영상을 봤는데 우리가 좀 그 거북목이 좀 심하긴 하더라고요.
맞아요. 진짜 거북
펴야 돼요.
I know. I'm feeling so guilty, dude. I've always thought they had good posture, so imagine what they would think of us. They're like, yo,
Oh,
you some
man.
vulture-backed fucks, right? Like,
근데 저 많이 좋아졌어요. 거북. 네, 여러분들도 뭔가 기분이 우울하거나 할 때 운동을 시작해 보는 게
it's true. It helps.
Endorphins make you
It helps
happy.
you feel so much better.
Legally
I
on
think.
top of
One thing I beat everyone else said.
귀여운 거. 정답이죠.
아쉽다. 근데
자기 자신을 너무 사랑하는 거, love myself.
Oh.
아니에요.
뭐 춤 이런 거 식상한 거 아닐 것 같은데.
드립이 많이 생각나는데.
아닌데 이제 제 얼굴로 할 수 있는 것을 적었어요.
얼굴
명사.
아닙니다.
뭔지 알겠다. 나 아무것도 몰라요 하는 표정 짓기.
큰
눈웃음.
네 맞습니다.
I smile.
눈웃음 또 지민 씨가 매력적이죠. 자, 눈웃음 한번 보여주세요, 그럼 시원하게.
아니 지민 씨 그걸
아.
우린 다 알고 있는데.
뭔데요?
Wow, that was really good. Like I've never even
Just
thought about
smiling
doing.
with your eyes?
Does
I
it
look-
look like I'm smiling?
I look evil, bro. I look like I'm gonna kill some.
How do you just do? Oh, if you just do it like here. Yeah, mine sucks.
I look like I'm in pain or like I'm constipated.
You
Like,
do.
I don't
You're
like
not
that.
wrong.
Bro, I'm jealous now. Damn it, now I have a whole new thing to be jealous of I didn't know existed 3 minutes ago. What?
Next question.
끝났어.
One
Jen!
song that I can resist dancing to when I hear it. 들었을 때 도저히 춤을 추지 않고는 배길 수
적으세요.
없는 노래는 바로 맞출 수 있어요. 지민, PTD. 왜 그렇게 식상한
에이.
대답을 하세요?
우리 곡 아닌지 맞는지만 알려줘.
우리 곡 아닙니다.
오케이.
That I think that makes it more interesting.
Yeah,
in
it
a
makes
way,
it more
right?
interesting, but that's a great question because
Yeah.
like it's like you have a million.
I'm sure
of
they've
course, you
got-
probably are stuck dancing to one of your own songs. I'd imagine.
I
You
bet-
have to say, listen to it over and over and over.
But they
again.
made them so they'll like them. So I feel like I'm curious. I'm curious if it's going to be an artist we'll recognize or if it'll be a Korean artist that we don't know.
Let's find out.
Girls' Generation 소원을 말해봐. Say your.
그렇게 신나는 노래 아니라서. 지민. 총 맞을 것 같아. 그게 그렇게 신나진 않아서.
아래.
저요.
이거 맞춰.
찐이야.
정답! 와! 하셨습니까?
많이 하더라고. 아니 형 그 샤워 플레이리스트?
이거 찐이야. 알아요. 몰라요?
영탁 씨 노래.
I don't
이거
know.
정말 신나는 노래인데 한 번씩 때 들어보세요.
아 진짜 그 제목이 찐이에요?
제목이 찐이에요. 제 이름이 찐이라서 이렇게
이 형
듣다 보니까
찐이야.
아니 이유가 있어요.
그만큼 자기 사랑하신다는 거지.
내 이름이 많이 나오니까 신나더라고.
I just like the image of Jin like hyping himself up
Yeah,
in the
he's
shot.
like,
Jin.
Great.
찐이야.
That's amazing.
What is one achievement that I'm most proud about?
슈가 얼굴
아직 안 적었어요. 기다려 보세요.
적어봐요.
아래 BTS 된 거.
아니야.
아마 그거 하려고 했을 거예요.
아니야. JK 태어난 거.
I like that Jin. Why do I keep calling him Jin? Jin still hasn't written anything, and he's like, I'm taking suggestions. We're now just playing apples to apples. Whichever suggestion I like best is gonna win, right?
내가
자,
이거
정답 좀 적어 볼게요.
오케이,
기다려주세요.
적으세요.
지금 남준이 때문에 지금 정답 바꿔야 돼가지고 머리가 굉장히 혼란스럽거든요.
정말 늦게 맞출 것 같아.
아 잠시만요. 지금 그로기 상태예요. 잠깐만 기다려봐요. 다음 사람.
Jin is dressed kind of like my dad in this video.
He
Have you
is,
noticed
yeah.
that? Isn't that funny?
자, 저희 이 BTS 활동과 관련이 있죠.
아 그래요?
RM 자작곡.
아 비슷해요.
비슷해요?
이 두 개 어떻게 비슷할 수가
B
있어요?
자작 춤
아,
댄스 그
등골
등골 브레이커.
등골 브레이커.
틀렸어요. 제가 봤을 때 못 맞출 것 같으니까 그냥 공개를 할게요. 저희가 방시혁 PD님 있잖아요. 방시혁 PD님에게 이제 형이라고 불러도 될 정도로 인정을 받았을 때 있잖아요. 방시혁 PD님께 형이라고 불러도 될 때.
I wish I knew what that meant.
그때 되게 성취감을 얻었습니다.
It'd be like being able to call like the president by his first name or
Oh,
something like
is that
that.
that's what I'm guessing?
Yeah,
I
like
don't know
something
though.
that feels that good, or like Beyonce and being able to just like I don't know, have a nickname for her that
Oh,
only
that-
you guys know
oh,
or
yeah, that'd
something
be
like that.
이해하기 어려울 수 있어요.
외국분들은
Oh yeah, they just said it might be hard for global fans to understand. High five, global.
뭐야 근데 외국 애들도 나이 다 이야기
근데
하던데.
이제 형이라고는 안 하니까.
아니 사장님한테 이제 형이라고 부를 수 있게
아.
됐을 때 뭐 그런 거.
오케이, 정국, let's go.
Yeah, thank you.
Number.
What's my favorite song to perform?
오케이, 유포리아.
나도 그거 하려고 했는데. 유포리아.
오케이, so what?
지민 온.
이제 새로운 노래 하나 나왔잖아. 그 뭐였지?
아니 아직 안 적었어.
범위션.
근데 뭐 맞다고 하시면
Sorry with you.
온 맞나요?
오. 팬들 앞에서 해본 적 없는데 오늘 만약에 팬들 앞에서 하면 되게 좋을 것 같아요.
오케이, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. Bring the pain, oh yeah. Oh yes, oh yes. 이거 연습할 때 재밌었는데.
That was so much fun.
엄청 재밌었는데.
I feel
I
like
think they could like entertain themselves wherever they go.
that should have been awkward.
It wasn't.
And it wasn't, and I cause like I had this moment like, oh,
They
I
do
get
this all the
very
time.
uncomfortable because at parties and stuff I've been at, people will start performing occasionally,
Yeah.
and I think it's the most awkward thing. So I was like, oh no, this
But
is gonna
they're
feel so
good.
uncomfortable. This was not uncomfortable. I was like, oh, this is normal. I enjoyed that. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
that
That
was
was really cool. I don't know.
Seeing them like go in and out.
yeah,
of
that was
their-
cool. I don't know.
Yeah, their flow.
I don't know how to. I wish there was a word to describe when you think something will be embarrassing and it's not, because that was a really weird feeling I just
I'm
had.
sure German's got a word for
Yeah,
that.
probably German does have a word for it, right? That was really cool. That's surmounted my
What is the one
expectations.
food that I could eat for the
Kimchi.
rest of my life?
아 정답 알지.
Pizza.
팬들의 사랑? 이거 아니라고? 이거 아니야?
That was funny.
정답이야.
Checkmate.
이걸 맞추냐?
이거지. 나는 이걸 거라 생각했어.
와 김치찌개라고 생각하고
Kimchi
있었나?
stew. I was
나보다 나를 더 잘하는.
원래 뭐라고 적었어? 원래 뭐라고 적었어요?
원래 이거였는데.
후배는 인정이지.
Is that saying he's gonna eat his fans?
Oh yeah, that is kind of low key. No, he said love, so he means just their heart. So like conceivably, you know, they're not killing them. You could get a transplant. You know what I mean?
축하드립니다.
Congrats.
왜꼭
That was fun.
다 비슷비슷하고만.
굉장히 멤버들한테 관심이 많은 것 같고
1등만 기억하는 더러운 세상.
행복은 성적순이 아니잖아.
Takes time to reflect.
BTS expert from our team is BTS.
Yes, BTS.
Congrats. Thanks for watching.
That's awesome.
Congrats, sir.
That was
Do you
really
think
cool.
if you saw them walking down the street, I was thinking about this the other day. If you saw them walking down the street, would you recognize them?
If they had security, I think I would. Or
Yeah,
if
if
they
it
were
was-
with each other, I think I would.
Yeah, but if they were one of them by themselves, or just like any celebrity, because I've thought about that before. Because you know how like celebrities a lot of time look way different when you see them in like paparazzi pictures than they do like on the set and things like
Yeah.
that. Like Johnny Depp, if he was walking down the street, you think you'd recognize him?
No, I wouldn't, because he's got like 43 different looks.
Yeah, right.
That don't look like each other. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? I with the BTS members, it'd be
And they
interesting.
change their hair all the time too. And if
Yeah.
you're not expecting to see them,
I think I wouldn't necessarily know it was them. I think it would take me maybe like 3 minutes, and then it would click, but it would be too late.
you'd be like, "Where do I know them from?"
They maybe
look so familiar.
Maybe I'd say I don't know. I think the BTS members might be distinctive enough that I would recognize them. It would be hard though, because a lot of times I think it's hard to imagine how the scale of somebody is in real life, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like when a few times I've met people I've watched online before in real life, and I was always like surprised by how their proportions
How
were different.
taller or shorter?
Yeah,
they were,
like I remember I saw Matt King, who's a member of the Vlog Squad, in person once, and he was enormous.
I just always imagine that people I see online are way taller than me, like in movies and stuff like all. And then I'll
Yeah.
read them, it'll be female actresses. She's like 5'2", and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm taller than her.
And you're like, no, she can't be. I saw her on a movie screen in a theater, and she was like 40 foot tall. 'Cause the theater, it was the drive-in theater or something. I don't know. That's a good question. I think I would. They to be fair, I will say,
No,
if
'cause,
they
like,
were
if
if they were trying to be incognito, I wouldn't.
If you saw them at like the airport,
Yeah.
maybe because you're like, oh, there could
But
be people here.
the
If you saw them
reason-
walking down the street, if you're a little farm town,
Yeah.
no.
I think the biggest thing is they have very distinctive clothing and accessories and stuff. If they were intentionally more incognito, I think I would have a hard time.
You mean if
knowing
they were
it was
just
them like that.
badly?
What?
If they were just badly?
Or just normally, right? Like if they're just in a t-shirt and jeans and a hat or something, I would have a harder time.
That's American normal.
Yeah.
That's not normal for the
I'm
rest of the
curious,
world.
would you guys recognize them instantly? I'm also just not expecting them. I remember we saw Steve-O at like a Trader Joe's in St. Louis once, and it took a minute to figure out it was him, remember?
Yeah, I still didn't know who it was, but because I'd never seen Jackass. But Wesley was like, "Wait a minute, is that?"
Was that Steve-O?
Is
Like,
that-
it was like, and he's got such a, like, Steve-O's got the most distinctive face on the planet. But that being said, we love you guys. Have a beautiful day. This just turned into the Wes and Steph podcast.
You're welcome.
But we love you guys. Take care.
Bye.
I didn't.
What? Why haven't you started?